Well, I guess it's bowl preparation time, and we're going to go out and beat Florida State. Do what we do. Everybody want to say, what are we going to do different? We're going to beat Florida State University, prepare for the bowl game, practice hard, and have fun. And at the moment now, what we're doing now is preparing for our finals, making sure the kids do what they're supposed to do in the classroom. Now, however, whenever y'all want to ask me a question, you all can ask.
We do have the microphone.
Coach, what's the main objective these first two practices before you have that week layoff and then getting back into the bowl scheme?
Well, the main objective of the first two practices is to work on fundamentals and special teams. You look at the history of bowl games, it's lost on special teams during that time because of the layoff. And also get some kind of condition in. The kids need to be out there running around because, you know, finals are getting hectic now, so they can get some of the stress off. But fundamentals and special teams.
Coach, what's this week been like for you with the new head coach?
To be honest with you, hey, Coach Taggart is a great guy, man. He's fun to be around. Last night I was on the road with him recruiting. Had a great time with him, man. It's been great knowing that you got somebody here that's coming in, that's diving in, and this was his dream school.
Obviously, we saw Derwin's announcement a few days ago. What's he meant to this program over the last 3 years?
Well, last 3 years, put it 7 years, 6 years. Derwin committed as a freshman, never wavered, never took another visit, and tried to get his class together. It means the world to this university because that kid right there, he bleed gunning to go just like I do. He have the same feeling for Florida State as I do.
Odell, you've been in the living room with Bobby Bowden recruiting, Jimbo Fisher, and now Willie Taggart. Kind of how are their styles in terms of how they relate to the young men?
Well, to me, that's a tough question. That's like comparing. I'm not going to compare. Coach Taggart, he's a unique guy in the living room. He goes out, he's honest, he's sincere, and he's very authentic talking to parents. I'll tell you that. That's what I know. But he's fun to be around, I can tell you that.
Coach, with so much change kind of happening in the program now, is it tough to focus solely on the bowl game, on the task at hand? Or is the bowl game a welcome distraction?
Well, I'm going to answer that question right there for you. To me, we're going to do what we're going to do. And you saying distractions and everything, we can't worry about it. We can't worry about that. We got to go out and finish up strong in the classroom. When we practice well, focus, and have fun.
Have any more of your old teammates or coaches reached out to you to give you some more advice about coaching the bowl game?
Well, I'll tell you what. Since last Friday, people texting me and calling me. I bet you I've had over 800 texts, erasing them back and forth. Seminole Nation, man, we're different, I think, from any other school. We really love each other. And I've had a lot of support. And I appreciate the support.
Coach, what was the mood like when Coach Taggart met with the team for the first time?
It's funny. He walked in there and the guy stood up and started clapping.
Coach, there's a lot of guys on the Southern Miss staff that have passed through here, either as GAs or players or coaches. Some of them you were able to see or work with. Did you see in some of those guys, Coach Peck or Brian Stork, maybe a coaching future in those guys? And what do you think they bring to that staff?
They bring a lot to that staff. Hey, those guys like Stork, he's with Trickett. And you know Coach Trickett is a very good football coach. And Losi, coached with Coach Trickett. And so I think and Tony Pecoraro, he came on defense. So, therefore, I think they will be ready. I'll tell you that now. because those guys right there, they want to prove a point. But other than that, when I see them out there, we're going to have a good time because they have Florida State blood in them.
Coach, what do you think it did for the players to have Coach Fisher resign on a Friday and then have Coach Taggart in tow Tuesday and meet with them Wednesday? How that quick turnaround, what do you think that did for them for the uncertainty of?
Can you rephrase that question
Sure.
and cut part of it out about last Friday? I'm dead serious because we're moving forward.
What do you think, how beneficial was it for the players to quickly have a new head coach 5 days after the news broke?
It was great because Coach Taggart, he came in, walked in himself, smiling, and the guys stood up, started clapping. He's just himself, and the kids felt comfortable. That's the key, feeling comfortable with the new head ball coach coming in.
Coach, outside of the recruiting aspect, how are you kind of sharing the coach duties with Coach Taggart right now in terms of the day-to-day stuff, in terms of, I know there's going to be a lot of guys looking to go to the league and the NFL, and they're going to seek advice from you and Coach Taggart. How are you guys kind of splitting all that up?
Hold up, let's get this straight. I'm not sharing duties with him. He's the head coach, okay? No, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do, being named the interim head coach, and he's directing me and talking to me about certain things, giving me some pointers, because he has been a head coach and I haven't, and I'm listening to him. Because, you know, some people, they'll let their ego get in the way. I'm 50 and coach, 41, 42, but my ego not going to get in my way. This man has been a head coach, so I'm going to listen to him. It's been great. Next.
Coach, you've been all smiles kind of explaining what Willie has kind of meant the last couple of days. How have the other coaches kind of taken to him, and what are some things he's trying to do these couple of days that now he's taking this job?
To my Coach Taggart?
Yes, sir.
He's recruiting. That's the best way to answer that. That's what he's doing. Next.
Coach, a couple of years ago, you got to go against Coach Taggart's offense, what they call the Gulf Coast offense. What was that like, having to go against him?
You had to cover every inch of that football field going against his offense. And I remember Coach Kelly was saying on the headset, guys, we got to be very disciplined. Make sure you guys cover their ground, do their responsibility, because we got to cover every inch of that football field, because he make you play that way. And in other words, Coach Taggart was tried to exploit us in a lot of different ways. And so you cannot fall asleep at any time.
Odell, looking at recent history, I mean, obviously, you guys won a national championship, gone to New Year's 6 bowl games. Was the reaction from the players, from the team, different now going to the Independence Bowl? Could you still sense excitement from the team for this bowl game?
Well, let's talk about it this way. Like I said before, my presser last week, life lessons. They learned a lot. And the kids, they're excited. Hey, you just going to Orange Bowl, Fiesta Bowls, Rose Bowls. Hey, it's the bowl that we playing in. This is the task ahead of us, playing Southern Mississippi. And we're going to have fun as a team and as a family, and we're going to practice well and be ready for that bowl game.
Coach, has Coach Taggart reached out to you about or spoken with you about remaining on staff going forward?
I care not to answer that question. No comment.
Coach, to the point about just the bowl game you guys are playing in, I think sometimes it can get kind of lost that a bowl game can just be a bowl game. Can you just speak to the level of excitement that just surrounds a bowl game, no matter what bowl game you're playing in the season?
Just like I told my man back there, excuse me, we're going to have a good time. We're going to prepare well. We're going to go out and have fun in practice. We're going to work really hard and do what we always do, play Florida State football. That's what we're going to do.
Coach, of your early impressions of Willie, what is it about him that makes him so relatable to coaches and so relatable to players, and able to try to sway them to come to FSU and try to take part of the program?
His personality and his honesty. That's big. He has a catching personality, and he's a very honest person, and he can look you in the eyes and talk to you.
Coach, it's a unique situation for the players with these next few practices and the bowl game to kind of audition or make a first impression with Coach Taggart?
Well, I'll tell you this, Coach Taggart, he's going to come watch practice, and he's going to be out there looking around and just looking around. He said he want to get back to some ball too, you know. The players going to be out there. They see the new head coach. They're going to have some fun. They're going to get out of it, you know.
And then also, you know, you certainly as a coach, but then, you know, you played here at Florida State. You have history here. To see somebody come in who has such an appreciation for what this program has done over the years, and certainly some of the players of your era when you were playing, did that feel, I guess, good to see him have that appreciation and that knowledge coming here?
No, it felt great.
Coach, Derwin announced earlier this week that he was leaving and wouldn't take part in a bowl game. Did he approach you about that, or have any other players expressed maybe skipping the bowl game?
Derwin approached me and gave me a big hug and tears in his eyes, say he loved me, and he loved Florida State. That's how he approached me. Y'all better be glad a lady not in here. I say lady first.
She's working hard. Now, Coach, you were part of this 40-year winning streak as a player. You were part of it for a long time as a coach. How important is that to the program and to the players to keep that going with a bowl game win?
Well, it showed. We won five out of our last 6 games, and the kids fought, pulled together, kept fighting, and won the last 2 games. Played Florida, then played LMU, and that was very important to these kids. Extremely important. They show you they have a lot of pride. Excuse me. Next.
Odell, just generally speaking, what's the most difficult part of adjusting from one coach to the next when you undergo changes at the position like that?
You can answer that better than I could because I never have done it before. So, I don't know. This is the first time, I guess. Hey, I jumped into it, and we riding, and we doing what we supposed to do. To me, you know, it's tired. You get tired and stuff, and you different. Me adjusting to it is, hey, things coming from different ways that have more responsibility. That's all I see. That's why I say not trying to be funny. I never Florida State. We never done it in 40 years, 41 years. That's why I say you probably can answer better than I can.
Coach, have any of the other assistants left for other jobs, or is everybody kind of still here in tow right at the moment?
Excuse me, sir. No comments.
Coach, somebody might have asked this before, but I came in late. Any of the players who you've helped recruit during this early signing period, have they phoned or reached out just for impressions on Coach Taggart, or if they're still committed to signing?
Repeat that again.
Anybody who you've helped recruit leading up to this early signing period, the high school seniors and those who have committed, have any of them reached out the past week asking about Coach Taggart, or if they wavered in their commitment coming up in a couple weeks?
Not just the guys that wavered or something. All the guys have. They're really excited. Seeing what President Thrasher and Stan Wilcock, the head coach that they've hired. all of them called and just wanted to talk to him, which that's great. That's a great sign.
Anything else for Coach? All right. Oh, wait.
I knew she was going to wait till the last minute. I saw it in your eyes.
I guess kind of going along with that, too, have you had a chance to talk to a lot of the former players and kind of sense their excitement? And have any of them been back here to talk to you or talk to Coach Taggart yet?
Yeah, a lot of them excited, and they want to talk to him. Darnell Dockett, Ward Dunn, guys like that, and they're excited because a lot of guys believe Gunning and goal. They're very happy for him. Of course, any coach they'll be happy for coming to Florida State, representing Florida State University. And so, hey, this is our school. Yes, we're going to be happy.
All right, everybody good?
Welcome. Y'all be blessed.